Hey everyone, welcome back to Life by Vern. Today, I'm so excited to share with you how I make my CMOS gel at home. In my previous video, I shared with you guys step by step how I clean and prep my CMOS or my Irish moss. Today, I'm going to show you how I turn that CMOS into a gel. Come on guys, get ready. Let's go. There are two ways to make the gel. I'm going to show you my preferred way to make the gel because I feel for me it works better that way and it tends to give me more yield when I make it my way. It's very simple. I'm just going to go ahead and just dump my CMOS water and all in here. And remember, this water is the bottled water, so we do not need to throw it out. And this is what it should look like in here, guys. I'm not adding any more water. It's the same amount of water that I had my CMOS soaking in. That's my bottled water. That's the last set of water. Now that this water has become a little gelatinous, you do not want to dump it out. You are going to use that water because that water, the CMOS has already started releasing all the nutrients. So you want to use that water, guys. Now I'm just going to go ahead and turn my heat on. What I want to achieve, I just want to bring this to a boil, a vigorous boil, guys. And I'm going to turn it off. So I'm just breaking down the CMOS. When you do that, it turns into a gel. Once you give it a little heat, that's why in my previous video on how to prep and clean the CMOS, I insisted that you guys do not clean your CMOS with hot water. As soon as your CMOS gets heat, it just starts melting. So this is why you do not want to clean it with hot water, because if you do that, you are going to lose all the delicious, nutritious nutrients that's in your CMOS. So I'm going to go ahead, put the lid on. Just let this come to a vigorous boil, and my CMOS is just going to melt, and then once it cools, it's going to form the gel for me, guys. It's easy peasy. Okay guys, so that's it. Guys, this is where you want it. Just bring it to a quick boil. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn my stove off, and I'm just going to allow this to sit. When this totally cools down, it's just going to form the gel, and I'm going to show you how I store my gel. And that is it for the boiling process. When it cools, then you can go ahead and place it in your containers or in your jars and store it in the fridge. My CMOS gel is done, and I have allowed it to cool. And this is what it looks like after your gel has cooled. It's supposed to be like a paste or a gel after it is done. And you can see it's clean and it's beautiful. So when it's midway through cooling, you can go ahead and just start pouring it into your jar and allow it, or your container, whatever it is you are going to use. Normally I like to store my CMOS gel in glass jars. So when it's almost cool, you can go ahead and just start pouring it into your glass jar or your container, whatever it is you're going to be storing your gel into, and then it will just harden in there into the gel. But you do not want to put it in your jar when it's still hot. Allow it to stay in the pot and cool before you transfer it, guys. You can transfer it midway when it's kind of like lukewarm to make life easier. But for this video, I wanted to show you guys what it looks like when it's completely cooled before I transfer it into my glass jar. So this is it, guys. This is what your sea moss gel is supposed to look like. A gel or a paste like this, guys. And depending on the kind of sea moss you're using, it might sometimes look slightly different, maybe a little more jelly-like. I've used sea moss where my gel looks more jelly-like. This one looks more pasty, but it's the same. It's the sea moss gel, you can see. When I rub my fingers together, it totally disappears. Even if it looks like this, once you put it in your smoothie or your drink, whatever it is you're using it for, it's going to get very translucent, guys. You see, you don't see it anymore. So that's it. Now for storage, I'm going to go ahead and transfer my gel into my glass jar over here. And I would suggest that when you make your sea moss gel at home, just go ahead and transfer it before it cools completely in your pot. You do not have to go through all the trouble of transferring it after it has solidified. Just don't transfer it when it's hot. Allow it to cool down at least midway, like lukewarm. And then just go ahead and pour it into your jar or your container. But when I'm making it for myself, I just go ahead and pour it while it's cooling down into my jar, whilst it's still in the liquid form. Just go ahead, wipe down the sides, especially the mouth of the container, because remember, this is a gel, and when you put your lid on, you do not want it to be on there, to get stuck on there that you cannot open it. And for storage, you just go ahead and make sure your lid is on tightly. Whatever container you use, plastic or glass, just make sure that your lid is on very tightly, guys. And then you place this in the refrigerator, and this will last for weeks and weeks in the refrigerator, guys. It will not go bad. I've had sea moss gel in my refrigerator and it has lasted for months. So once your gel is prepped properly and it's made properly and you store it in the right container tightly, it should last. When you need to use it, you just go ahead, pull it out of the refrigerator, and just go ahead and take the amount that you need out of there, and you put your lid back on and you place the rest of it in the refrigerator. For this, storage is very easy, guys. This sea moss will last forever. It will not go bad, and you will have sea moss for at least a month, especially if you use it every day. It should last you for about a month, if not more, guys. So I use 1 pack of sea moss, and the amount of paste it gave me should last me for about a month and a half, depending on how often I use it. Now that your sea moss gel is perfectly prepped and ready to use, stay tuned for my next video, where I am going to show you how to turn this gel into 5 different flavored, delicious and nutritious gels. Don't forget to go ahead, subscribe, like and share. Stay tuned for the next sea moss video coming up. Please go ahead, leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know how you prepare your CMOS gel, if you prepare it differently than the way I prepared it. And please check out my video on how I make my delicious CMOS sponge. Until the next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.